Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Darwin Football Stadium. It's a fairly breezy afternoon here on this Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock nearly local time. Got a really interesting game coming up between Mindil and Port Darwin. But before we get to that, let's have a little snapshot of last night where Hellenic took on Uni Azuri here on a beautiful Friday night in the dry season here in Darwin. Have a look.
Step over from Maskey, swinging the cross into the box, and at close range, it's the opening. So watch out for him getting forward. Step over from Maskey, swinging the cross into the box, and at close range, it's the opening. Whipping it over the head of all in the area. Maskey's going to chase it out the back, though, so danger is not yet averted. Great little cross on the turn, and Rushton Woods got to the head. He was, as you say, free as a bird, and the header nicked it out of his path, but a giveaway here is inviting Maskey on, and he nestles in it. He was, as you say, free as a bird, and the header nicked it out of his path, but a giveaway here is inviting Maskey on, and he nestles. So now turning into an attacking position. Bell trying to turn provider this time. Raparangunda. And then the cross is Symes tonight as well. It's what you love to see. And as the cross is swung in, volleyed back into the 6-yard box, cleared out of the way though. Bell. Barry. Oh, the ball is missed with that slide tackle, and so Pinto steals a march. Teasing cross, and Bell should have finished. Got Arbor, and he releases Edwards through the right. Nicks around, not one, and then two. Great play from Edwards. Can they finish this move? And now Hellenic on the run. There's a loose man in the area. Raparangunda! Oh, he's managed to find a way to plenty of space. Anyway, Azuri are trying to make them pay immediately. Swinging ball, headed off the 6-yard line, and the left foot shot is lashed. High and wide. Oh, what a check. Ball is crossed to Bell. He's got time at the edge of the box here. Does he fancy the shot? He takes an extra touch, and he makes a certainty of it. There is the third. It had been coming. An end-to-end second half ends with Hellenic making it 3-0, and Bell has his second of the night and 7th of the season.
And that puts him solo top goal scorer at this point in the season, Teo, but credit Warren Barry with a really intelligent ball there back to the top of the box. It would have been really easy to...
Ball is crossed to Bell. He's got time at the edge of the box here. Does he fancy the shot? He takes an extra touch, and he makes a certainty of it. There is the third. It had been coming. An end-to-end second half ends with Hellenic making it 3-0, and Bell has his second of the night and 7th of the season.
And that puts him solo top goal scorer at this point in the season, Teo, but credit Warren Barry with a really intelligent ball there back to the top of the box. It would have been really easy to...
And have it all to do, though, as the ball bends away from him. Bell calls for possession on the tight angle. Bell goes to ground. Oh, and the referee has pointed to the penalty spot. What he wanted. He was able to lure a defender in for a foolish tackle. And so Bell, for his hat-trick, buries the penalty emphatically. It is 4-0, and it is a hat-trick for Simon Bell. It's been his night, and he may well have wrestled the match ball off all the other contenders now as he moves to 8 goals for the football NT season.
And I can tell much zero restrictions in the Northern Territory at this point in time, as I'll leave that with you now.
Oh, it's going to tumble in. The goalkeeper nowhere near it in the end, and it looks as though Gutierrez off the bench.
Much zero restrictions in the Northern Territory at this point in time, as I'll leave that with you now.
Oh, it's going to tumble in. The goalkeeper nowhere near it in the end, and it looks as though Gutierrez off the bench just wanted to open up into full speed and break down the wing. Instead, his attention must turn to defending, and he's actually been caught out on his flank, and it's bent wide from McGrath.
Well, welcome back. That was last night where we saw Hellenic take on Uni Azuri. 5 goals were scored in that game. It was a beautiful night for football. We've got a very, very different scenario today. And the weather-wise, we've got a fairly hefty breeze coming in from the south-southeast. The pitch is bathed in sunshine, only a very small section in the shade. So the players are going to feel it. They'll get some brief respite from the wind. But today it features Mindil, who are coming off a loss. So it'll be interesting to see how they rebound. And also against Port Darwin, who need to get a victory, and they need to get it soon. I've got Morris Diarago with me. Morris, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
Mate, you coach, you play, you train, you ref, you're a committee member, you do all that. So we'll get through that during the game. But what do you think of Mindil's run so far this year? You been impressed?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, the youth, you can see is standing out. The extra legs and the fitness levels obviously have impressed everyone, I think. And it only keeps getting better. And to have that kind of if you like, fuel in the tank at this time after COVID-19. It's great to see. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, Morris, because we had 12 weeks off, 2 weeks of no contact football, and then they came straight into it. So well done. Now, we've got Port Darwin on the other side. They need a win. As a coach, what would you be saying to your team? Just keeping them level-headed, I guess, not getting too far of themselves and play each minute of this game as it comes.
Yeah, look, I think they know they're playing against a fit side, you know, and they would know that they have to play the ball close to feet, play to feet.
Yep.
They would need to open up and not try and play Mindil's game because they're a fitter outfit. And I don't want to take any credit off Port in saying that, but if you play smart and just knock the ball around, I'd say they will be the words from their coach, I would say.
Morris, with expert analytical sort of comments today, doing analysis for us. Thank you. I got that out finally. My name is Bruce Stalder. This is Football Northern Territory TV, also on FFA's digital platforms and on the Perform Network, which goes around Australia, around the Pacific, Asia, and of course around the rest of the world. So thank you very much for joining in. We've had fantastic support when we returned from COVID, and we still are one of the only places in the world you can watch football with a crowd, and the only place in Australia. I think there are 2 others that have joined us this weekend, our brothers and sisters in West Australia and South Australia, but we still lead Victoria and New South Wales, and that's such a good thing. We'll take a short break, go to a graphic, and we'll be back with this game. Mindil taking on Port Darwin, Men's Premier League here in Darwin. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're watching and tuning in on any device, anywhere you may be. This is Football Northern Territory NTV TV, and what we have in front of us is Port Darwin up against Mindil. Mindil still leading the competition. Port Darwin will be running from right to left on your screens this afternoon in the sun. It's a fairly humid and hot one, and we look forward to seeing this match play out over the next 45 minutes. We've got Tim Lay on one of our assistant referees. Ben Kevitt, the youngster, is on one. And we've got Albert Krause in the centre. My name is Bruce Stall. I've got Morris Darago with me. Morris, you'll be giving us some expert comments today, mate. First of all, let's just talk about this weather. We don't normally have a lot of wind like this on a Saturday afternoon at 3 minutes past 4, but we do today. It's going to favour certainly the team running down to McGowan Road's end at this stage, do you think? It's coming from everywhere, really.
Definitely, yeah. It feels good up here.
Yeah, it will in the shade today, that's sure. Still a bit of bite in the sun, and the pitch has most of sunshine on it at the moment. All right, it'll be an early filling out from both sides. Get the cobwebs out, balls out, featuring down with their Japanese player, Tekio, he'll be the oldest player out there and the fittest at about 40-something years. Extraordinarily fit person. Priya Pru's on the ball, who's a really welcome return to Mindil. He'll have a big bearing on the game today if he remains fit and healthy. And John Hughes there across to, as I said, the oldest player and the fittest player out there from Mindil. An amazing athlete in Taki Kudo. Also a pilot. Pilots the seaplane over there at Paspali. Takes pearls and people. And really interesting individual. He'll be out there today controlling the ball whenever it comes to his feet. Right, it's around 2 minutes into this first half of this Men's Premier League. Round 6 it is too, 5 rounds since COVID-19 return. We're still at stage 3 of the new normal, which means that we can only have 500 inside the venue at any one time. So still restricting the size of our crowds here to that until we get to our borders opening on the 17th of July. And we hope then that's a new stage then, and we might be able to increase our numbers. But we're happy to be able to bring football to you on the live streaming. And live as well here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. We have an opportunity already for Port Darwin. That's number 14 on the ball there, Endri Pafridis from Albania. A good addition to the Port Darwin side. Again, we go to the midfield. Still with Port Darwin. Bit of aerial ping pong at the moment, Morris.
Yeah, it looks like it. So they still need to settle.
Yep.
So, yeah, once they get that ball on the ground and start to settle, we'll see a better, a more competitive game.
And as a coach, do you always look at your warm-up of your teams before they go, and do you get a sense about where their head is before they head out?
Yeah, look, we were talking about that earlier on downstairs. We were saying, look at the warm-up. They look like they were doing a bit of a rugby or netball or crossbreed of both sports. And I'm just saying, of both codes, sorry. And, yeah, you do look at that and see how they're warming up and try and make your own opinion there.
And do you think that both are on... Looking at what I'm seeing now, they both have their heads on the game rather than the dressing room, so that's what you want to see.
100%.
Reminder, Jose, number 7, will feature a fair bit for Port Darwin as well. Running around the midfield there. Taki Kudo on the ball, got it through to Reeve. Reeve now on to the captain, number 10. And Kane McDowell. Kane will feature a lot today as well. That's run out of line there. And will be a Mindil throw in. Hughes will move up, number 5, John Hughes, to take that. No, it's going to be Tano. That's a dangerous position already.
Okay.
Priya Pru standing still, left foot, bang, in the goal. Too easy and very early on. 4:35, Mindil have their first goal That cross was a fairly aimless cross into the centre there, Morris. And the worst player in the world to fall at his feet is Priya Bruce.
Tell me about it. Lovely composure. He knew where he was going to put it away, wasn't he? He didn't have to think. He just tapped it in. Lovely.
Yeah, he gave Dominic Price no opportunity there, and Dominic's a great keeper too. So plenty of time, as you said, and just the confidence and poise to put it past him. Is a lot of people would see watermelons there and go big hard, wouldn't they?
I've seen that this season, yes.
Yeah, so well played to Priya Pruz, and the first goal in the less than 5 minutes of this Premier League match, round 6 here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. We're on Larrakia country as well. I want to thank the Larrakia elders, those past, present and emerging elders, for permission to play our beautiful game here on their country. Right, the goal scorer there with the ball early on. There goes our scripts, Morris. The wind's taking them away.
I'll grab them.
You're right, mate. Thank you. And while Morris is doing the housekeeping, Dominic Price releases the ball with an overhead throw, but it's intercepted by Tano. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
And goes back to John Hughes. We've got number 11, the youngster Waljock up front. And he'll get involved. And we'll do a lot of heavier work than just for his size. That's Joel Walk, number 11 for Port Darwin. Look out for him. Ball still in play. Saves in the middle. That's Quinn. Quinn will retrieve this ball. He does. Gets a push and goes to ground, but the ball continues in play. Hughes on the ball now. Sort of seen about weight differential there between Hughes and Walk. Albert Krause is the centre referee. Seen an infringement. He's asking Joel Walk to move away. He does that. Centre back comes in. The ball goes aimlessly out of play. George Carpathius is in the centre tonight. He'll be working with 3 at the back, it looks like, Morris.
Yeah, it looks like it, mate. Just keeping it a flat 3. So, yeah, it's interesting, mate. It's quite physical, looking at what we've seen so far. So, yes, there we go. Yeah.
Typical of our football.
It is.
We
It's
do
lovely.
like it to be physical.
We
and
love
we
it.
like it to be a 90-minute fair, but heavily contact football game. This will roll out for Mindil. They'll come back for a goal kick. And as I said, they've a different sort of setup. You've got Matthew Missud on the left-hand side and in the middle. All on his lonesome at this stage is George Carpathius in number 3. We'll see how that plays out. You've got Take Kudo just sitting in front of those 3, Morris.
Yes.
Now, if you were the Port coach, there's an opportunity there. That's not what they normally do. Normally have a couple in the central defence position. So we'll see what happens. Out to Matty in the left back position. Comes back to Carpathius. Now Reeve. Now Reeve stepped back into that position. Reeve's on the ball now. Will Reeve goes for a scamper. Goes to Kane McDowell. The captain puts it through to Tano. Good challenge from 16, but unfortunately pulled up by the referee. That 16 is Caracelis. Yanni. He'll give a really strong effort every time he plays. So we've got a breeze that's coming in. It seems to be getting stronger because it's blowing everything we've got in our hands away.
I can't see my paperwork.
Thank God I put clean glue on the wig. Here he goes. Ball into play. This is a dangerous area for their over exuberant there, Morris.
It is. It is.
But so have you seen so far? You've seen, both teams have come on alert, ready to play. Some pretty heavy contact early on. And you seen anything from Port Darwin that gives you any sort of sense that could be a day for them?
Look, the thing is they're actually trying to press Mindil right in their half, and you can see that with the formation that they're playing. I see some really good things in a top match, and a competitive match today.
Good to see. Maurice Durago, our expert analyst today, with myself, Bruce Stalder. This is Football Northern Territory TV and on the FFA digital channels. On the Perform Network, we go around Asia and Pacific and the rest of the world, bringing you Darwin Premier League men football. This is round 6. Ball still in play. As I said, you'll see a lot of that Port Darwin player, number 7. He's already made a mark in this squad. That's Raimundo Jose. He's got this one underway now. We're over with the Albanian. He's on the ball now to Freedy. He takes a shot. Coach will be happy. They're being assertive, Maurice.
Oh, definitely, and that's what the plan is. Obviously, as a coach, you look at that and say you must be assertive. You've got to take the game to them,
Yeah. Don't sit back, because against Mindil, don't sit back.
No, never.
No, can't be good. There's a 1-0 scoreline already in favour of Mindil, but as we said, we think Port have regrouped. This is a ball that's found the very dangerous Charles Ericu. Great interception there from number 5, who works hard from the central back. That's Jay Adams. And Jay puts that over the goal line for a restart, which will go to the Mindil side, and number 11. Tano will run all the way over to collect the ball first from under the commercial signing boards there, under choices. Runs past the plumbing one and past the post, and then over into that far corner, what we call the fire station corner here of Larrakia Park Darwin Football Stadium. So Charles Ericu, number 7, one of the most exciting players in our league here. You want that again. He just gave the ball away. But he's so dangerous, and he will feature today, that's for sure. That's Joel Wack on the ball there. He's playing a lone roll up in the front.
Yep, he is. Yep.
Plenty of pace. And Jose coming up there trying to intercept. John Hughes on the ball there. Turns inside with the poise of a veteran. Looks up. And he finds Jay Adams this time. He's trying to find Charles Ericu. That goes to Quinn. Quinn's holding up the midfield. Number 17 for Port Darwin. Out there today is Craig Oakland. Quinn again on the ball. Finds Jose, and Raimundo Jose puts it back to Yanni. Now that's 12 on the ball now. Ryan McAvoy, who's going to wear the captain's badge as well for Port Darwin today. Ryan. Great work from Quinn. 4 or 5 efforts there. Yep. Deserve better. Okay, there's a foot race on between Jay Adams, Charles Ericu. All the experience from Jay Adams required there. Got on the ball. Shepherded him out, came his back to the ball. What'd you like about that, Maurice?
Yeah, look, Jay Adams is showing composure. Look, he's not rushing in. Like earlier on where he just put it out for a corner, he didn't panic, he didn't do any loose stuff, so well done. Good game.
Yeah, and when you say patience is panic, that's so important for defenders. And obviously with strikers when they take their shot, but it's the part of the game that you can coach to a point, but if you're instinctively one of those sort of people, and John Tamboris is a great example of that. He was always patient when he played,
Yep.
Impatient when there's food around, but yeah, patient when the football was around as a centre defender, so he's teaching the kids that all the time as well.
He's going to love to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, he will. Joel Wack on the ball here now. He's got Jose. So Raimundo Jose goes through. This is lovely work. Right foot, he's going to put it on, twist it around. Maybe he went one movement too many there. He'd gone earlier. But again, promising Maurice, they're coming down through this left part of the midfield and then switching and finding plenty of space there just in front of Carpathius and Reeve.
Yeah, look, we're looking, like I said, they're pressing Mindil in their half, and like I said, I think you're right. They took one touch too many. He took too much, and they had a shot wide. But yeah, real promising stuff.
Coming up to the 14th minute, this is Men's Premier League, and if you just joined us, running from right to left is Port Darwin, who are a goal down at the moment, but they're in their traditional claret and blue. And they're running from right to left on your screens. Since that early goal, Maurice, they've regrouped. There's certainly more purpose with them, and you've noticed some individual players have certainly got their minds on the job today.
Most definite. I mean, they want it. They want it real bad, and they've come from a loss. With Azuri.
Yep.
Like I said, that was a 7-2, and they want to obviously improve from that. And I think today they've changed their whole game plan.
Yep.
And it's looking good.
Yep. Right, we'll see how it rolls out. It's just the 15-minute mark now, so plenty of the game to go. And certainly in this first half, Port have all the opportunities. And again, good strong play on the ball there and deserved that. Yes. Effort from Port Darwin. Referee sees a player down, moves over to there now. It's the goal scorer, Priya Pruz, down there at the moment. He has had trouble this year getting fit. And he will need some work from the sports trainer who's heading out now to have a look at the goal scorer, Priya Pruz, for Mindil, who's down on the North Crest scoreboard side of Larrakia Park. So, Morris, you do refereeing and coaching, and obviously you played as well, and your kids play, and you occasionally see your watch. Do you put a photo on your fridge just so they know who you are?
look, I'm not that popular, but look,
I just mean
they never see me. They never see me. Yeah, I got you. I just,
Yeah, you are popular, though.
Oh, yeah, right. But thanks, Bruce. I'll take it as a compliment. Look, I'll be honest with you. No, I don't see them much, but I do make an effort, after football, to go out and do things. But they are part of football. The family join in, and they're all involved. My wife's in the committee for a football club. My kids play in the NTC program, and it's huge. It's a family thing.
Yeah, so well put, and that's what sport can give, a family, a connection. And then the club is like a big family as well, which is what Uni Azuri is like. That's where Morris is from. A ball will roll harmlessly behind. Keeper goes and gets it. It's his first run this year, Arlo Race, in the Premier League. Great young talent as a goalkeeper. And it's always good to see the young players. And speaking of young players, there's one there now, Charles Ericu, number 7. Matthew Missod on the ball there. Again, Port Darwin's challenges and pressing is really on the ball today.
Yep.
And on the player, so to speak. There you go again. See that? That was 3 in a row there where they just...
Definitely.
Yeah, much better. Ball's put in. Okay. Tahiki there on the ball. Kudo just drops it in front of Karpios. Karpios looks up. Again, good pressing and challenges from Port Darwin here at the moment. Mindil are finding every time they move a metre. There's a claret and blue shirt there.
Yep.
Tandem bringing him down, so Charles Ericu will just walk up the field. He'll leave this for George Carpathius to take. He does. Charles Ericu stands by for that pass, rolls past him to Matthew Missod. Back to Missod again. And Yanni from Port Darwin got to that ball first, but Tano just definitely wanted it more and did that. Put his ball inside to Kane McDowell, but the Bushranger got there first, number 3 for Port Darwin.
With some aggression, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got one speed, one gear. It's Declan O'Shea. A real presence at the back for Port Darwin, number 3. That's number 16, Yanni. Casales puts it across. Matthew Missod onto it only as far as Graffiti comes inside. He's got his left foot. He can strike from there. Oh, just millimetres to the right upright of those goals there at McMillan Road's end. That was a really good opportunity for Port Darwin. As much as I'm really happy with that as a coach, should have taken it.
Definitely. I mean, you've got to put those away because they'll come back to haunt you later on in the game. And you can see Port penetrating now, getting through. So, yeah, it's all looking great.
You're right, Morris. There is more penetration and more purpose in their game today. As you said, there's been a change of plan by the coach, Lee. And good luck to him too. That's Lee Addison, always thinking about the game. And he's got a really good 18, 19 minutes already in this game. He should have had one back there and it should be 1-1. Unfortunately, it's not. It's still 1-0 in favour of Mindil. That's the player who just took that shot, number 14. Andrew Profiti. Right, this is bounced away for one of the most dangerous players out there in Mindil Aces. And Tavian Livingston's looking up. Tavian goes to Tan. 10's got an overlapping John Hughes. Will he go to him? No, he'll go back to Reeve. William Reeve looks up, goes back to Carpathius. Now Hughes is on the ball. Puts a short one to Kane McDowell. That's a lovely one too. Back, not a back heel, but a back pass. Experienced in youth there. John Hughes, the experienced player, and Kane McDowell, the young captain, with a nice third effort there. So good football, little patch there between both sides. Some good pressing. Lee Addison's moved forward, barking out a few orders to his team. That goes over the top of both players there and comes off the back of Will Reeve. He's sort of come back into a more sort of traditional centre defender role too, Morris.
Yeah,
as
like
Reeve.
That, yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Sort of drifting a little bit in front of them, but there he is now on the ball. It's bounced off him, come off Hughes first of all, and then into Will Reeve and out of grounds. So Yanni moves up for Port Darwin. Finds Jose. Again, Tano in there with an interception. So Priya Pruz, they've been playing with 10 men. He's back on the field, Morris. Seems to have shaken off that niggle.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Will Reeve on the header there across to Matt Missard. That's Quinn moving across. He'll have to move it at pace. Nice intercept from Jay Adams. Jay on the ball. He needs some support. He gets that from Quinn. Quinn goes to Freedy. And Profiti on that line there. That's got to be his. Referee allowed play on. And the ball comes up towards Priya Pruz, but it's an interception by another player who's making, I'm not sure if that's Terry's debut for Premier League. Terry Fannin, number 19.
I think so, Bruce.
It would be?
Yes,
good.
it would be, yes.
It's a great thing for Terry, playing in the Premier League this afternoon. Will Reeve on the ball has really moved forward a long way for someone we placed in the central defence a moment ago. Yes, he has a roving permit.
He has.
Not a COVID-19 one. No restrictions on him, mate.
There's not, but it goes back to the youth. Mindil have, and they can do those kind of experiments.
Yeah, well put. Morris Diago with me this afternoon with our expert commentary in a men's Premier League match here in Darwin. It's round 6. We're here at Larrakia Park on Darwin Football Stadium. Port Darwin in their traditional claret and blue are running from right to left on your screens. They've got a goal down at the moment, but they should have had one back. And it's been a really a solid performance from them in this first 22 minutes, I mean. And we'll see how this runs through. Speaking of Port, they're on the ball now. That's nice little work. Hughes will clean that up for Mindil. He does that. Carpathius puts the ball through to Reeve that doesn't find him. Andre Profiti has come on this side of the field now. He was on the right before, so him and Joel Jose have swapped sides for Port Darwin. Terry Fannin to Quinn. Quinn puts an over one. That's got too much punch and will run out harmlessly over the sideline. On the grandstand side here, where it's still full sun. Morris, there'll be a bit of bite in that sun. You'll feel it, even though the wind's there.
Definitely. I think we're in the best position, Bruce. We are.
I agree with you, mate. As you said earlier, we're not stupid.
We're not, mate. We're not.
Yeah, we're on this side in the grandstand where it's full shade, and we have a breeze that's quite cooling when you're up here. But there's some bite in that sun. Yan Joel walk on the ball there. Ball comes back. And as I said, Profiti has swapped to this side now. He'll leave the ball for Yanni. Number 16 comes up. He'll throw this into the box and into the area where there'll be a little bit of danger for Mindil. Kane McDowell onto that, only as far as the first time shot. Here it is. Joel Walk still on the ball still alive. Port Darwin are really pressing Mindil today. Here's a turn on it. Is there someone on Jose's corner? Yes, there is.
Lovely.
And that's the one Port Darwin so deserved. So there's one goal there. We'll just see this player's gone down in a heap, so I hope so he's okay. There's plenty of concern. Sports trainers out there now. Players will move away. And we'll give you a record on that. But anyhow, I think that goal stands. I'm not sure. Did he point to the middle?
No, I don't know what he's called because he had I think he's given it. I think he's given the goal. I don't know what's happened to the Port Darwin. Is that number 14? Is it?
No, it's
Who is it? I can't from here. So
we'll get his number plate when he turns around.
Yeah. I don't know if he copped a hit or some sort of contact there in the box.
I think he may be bleeding as well. I think it's Joe Walk.
Sorry, Bruce, I forgot my glasses today, mate, so I can't see that far. Apologies.
That's
I know
all
it's
right.
1-1. I know it's 1-1.
Yeah, and deserve it so. Port Darwin are really, they're on their game today. So 1-1 on the scoreline. We still have some concerns about the young Joe Walk, number 11. Looks like he's copped something in the face, so it looks like a blood rule on this as well, I think.
There would be, yes, it's standard. Yep.
So sports trainer bringing him a long walk around now. It's always the injuries, the furthest point from where you need to get.
Tell me about it.
You know?
Tell me about it.
In this case, the youngster has to walk all the way around. But he's in the good hands of Grace Lane. And Grace will look after him. Coaches are gathered around. John Dean, who's injured at the moment, also in there, showing concern for the player. So we've got a break here while see how he goes. We'll get this game restarted. That goal did count, 25th minute, halfway mark of the 25th. And Port Darwin has it back on an even keel.
Bruce, we kind of felt that it was coming that way, that goal was coming. You know, the momentum, they were going direct, and you felt it. It was on its way.
And Morris, do you think that's because they're pressing and they're just giving so little time to Mindil? And
Definitely.
There's a real urgency around wanting to get the ball back and keeping the ball, which is a really good sign for the Claret and Blue. And they're Port Darwin. They're running from right to left. If you just joined us on your screens, wherever you may be, around Australia, Asia Pacific, or in the world on the Perform Network, we appreciate your support and hope you're enjoying this first 26 minutes of this men's Premier League match in Darwin in Northern Territory in the top end. Kane McDowell on the ball there, the captain, the young captain for Mindil. He goes back to John Hughes, to Reeve across to Carpathius. He'll go back to Reeve. He's now back, as we said, in a more traditional central defender role. That's too easy to thread that ball through to Priya-Pruz through the midfield. Those two passes to clean that up a little for Port Darwin. Yep. Charles Ericu on the ball now. Advantage being played by the referee. Tavian on the ball, puts it across to Tan. Tan is offside. So Tavian Ludvigsen, really dangerous player. Unfortunately, it's going to be a sub, so 11's not going to come back on, the young fella.
Yep.
That's disappointing for him. The replacement will be another youngster for Port Darwin, and that's Isaac Paul. All the best to Isaac and all best to the player who was down injured in the goal mouth too on that goal, Joel Walk. Right, back to underway. Quinn, keeper. Price, the keeper, sorry. Quinn's in the midfield, number 4 for Port Darwin. And that's only found its way to Priya-Pruz and Kane McDowell. Kane McDowell too easy through the midfield, but Jay Adams is there for Port Darwin. Yanni on the ball there again. Head tennis, Morris, head tennis.
Yes, definitely.
John Hughes will collect that. So Mindil down to Tane Min at the moment. Some work's being done urgently on Taki Kudo. He's getting some stuff done to his head. He's going to come out with a look that only his mother could like.
Oh, for sure.
As you do when you get head knocks. So it's a little cut they're covering up there at the moment. So Mindil down to 9 outfield players. Well intercepted there on the head of Terry Fannin for Port Darwin. This one will run out pretty harmlessly.
What's interesting, Bruce, that what we said earlier at kickoff is that they're squeezing and they're not playing Mindil's game. They're knocking the ball around, and you know, when they get the chance, they're going physical. They're being pretty physical, Port Darwin, and it's working. You know. Yeah,
well spotted, Morris. So we have that player going back out, number 12, after he's had some work done on his the bonnet of his car, Taki Akudo, and out he goes, number 12. Great gentleman, great human being, fabulous bloke. And you know how he came here? He actually he ran into me in the street. That's literally how he started playing football here. Well, where do you play football? Oh, well, here you go. There's a club just over there. Go and join them, mate. And he did.
It's amazing.
He is. He's fantastic. That's Matty Misford on the ball there. Goes to Kay Medell, the captain, the young captain from Mindil. And it'll be a 1-2 with Priya Pruz. But again, to your point, Morris, good squeezing and good vision by number 12 there in Port Darwin in general. That's Ryan McAvoy, the captain today. He'll be prowling the midfield for them. So just good pressure. There's another example then again from Isaac Paul. But just good determination from Isaac. He's come on for Jal Wok, who was injured in the goal mouth when Port Darwin got back onto a 1-1 scoreboard, thanks to Northcrest. That's Tavian Ludvigsen on the ball, number 14. And he worked that well. It's come off the Port Darwin player. So nice calm work from Tavian. Got what he wanted.
You don't want to give him too much room, do you? Too much space, especially in the box.
No. I distinctly remember a hat-trick not long ago from him. He's dangerous, yeah. And if you concentrate on Priad or Charles, then you miss Tavian.
Correct, yep.
So those three are very dangerous for Mindil. And the ball comes in, it's a right footer, it sweeps in, harmlessly goes over the head of all of them, and will run out on the grandstand side. It'll be a throw-in for Port Darwin. No heads, no touches, no shoulders, nothing, no hair.
Nothing.
Touch that?
No,
Nothing.
I don't think so.
Right through to the grandstand side.
I've noticed the referees let it flow really well. So that's why they're playing their best football today. So it's great stuff.
Yeah, well put, Norris. Right, ball goes across to Matthew Mitsud, left back, number 8 for the Mindil side. He's so reliable down there on the left flank. Right, that's McAvoy, captain on the ball. Looks up to Isaac Paul, interception from Carpathius. Right, that's what we've seen all day. That sort of work from Port Darwin. Number 14, Profides put that through. Isaac Paul has it. Number 10 turns inside, looks up, only as far as the keeper, but promising stuff on the left-hand side or grandstand side for Port Darwin, Morris.
Yes, definitely. It's good. It's action. It's picking up as well. You can see the momentum.
Good work again from Quinn there on Kane Dow, and Quinn goes in again. That sums up Port Darwin's days for me.
Definitely.
Second and third efforts have been everywhere from players in the claret and blue. There's Taiki putting the ball through to that dangerous number 14 we mentioned earlier, and Tavian Ludvigsen, and Tavian couldn't get to the ball that time. He'll pressure like a good striker. Okay, maybe the shoulder was too much, but you like your forwards to come back and do some defensive work.
Bruce, that's the kind of stuff, that's old school. A bit too much power there, but yeah, lovely effort.
Yes, we both went to the old school.
Yes.
Sometimes suspended from the old school.
Yes.
But yes, ball comes through. Again, Matthew Misford, who's, as I said, very reliable at the left-hand side for Mindil, got his head to that ball. Kay Medell has it. He's lost the ball there midfield. That's Jose on the ball. We Reeve and Jose. Well, Reeve wins that one, that personal battle. Takai looks up, finds Priat Pruz. Too much space for Priat Pruz there. Dangerous. Terry Fanning comes in. Terry will get this ball back if he looks up. He does. He's got time. He puts a dipping run over the top. If this is a foot race, Carpathius is in trouble. That's a lovely little top over the bottom. That is a well-taken goal. The youngster, the substitute, Isaac Paul, showed his pace, got around the defender. Goal counts. A lovely little dipping tip over the top. Well done to the young fella. Isaac Paul, sub. You like your sub to come on and do that, Morris?
No, that's what you want from a sub, mate. He's just obviously earned his keep. Lovely goal.
And we'll give some credit to Terry Fannin there too. Terry, second, third, fourth and fifth effort. And then just put that dinky little ball over the top. And he had the pace, Isaac. He had the pace.
Yeah, look, the coach is actually playing a smart game today, and really impressed with the
and a vocal one.
A very vocal one, thank you. I didn't want to say that.
No, I did.
Thought I'd let you, being the CEO, you're in charge,
that's
mate.
Fine, mate. But yeah, Isaac Paul was the player we're talking about there, and a lovely piece of work from him. And again, congratulations to Terry Fanning for his efforts at the back there. They need to be switched on. They need to keep this lead and not let Priat Pruz run through. Tavian's on the ball. He'll take a shot. Al just puts it past the goal.
Now that's
There's
fantastic.
a good example of not having your mind on the job.
No, tell me about it.
Tavian would normally put that away, and it wasn't far from it. To respect Tavian's work there, but just his balance, mate, on his right side. Then got a little pace on him, and then just nice little dart across.
Definitely. Look,
yeah, he's
it's
a great
fantastic,
player.
isn't it?
He's such
the game's gone. It's actually lifted a few notches now. So yes, excellent.
Yep. And it's the Men's Premier League here in Darwin, top end of Northern Australia. We're in the tropical end, and a beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Some iconic places around here, which many of the Territorians, being school holidays here, are out visiting. Seen the boat trailers and the caravans and the utes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
There were plenty of them heading out of town. I love when Fridays finish at 1:30, work days. But anyhow, they're enjoying their weekend out. Right, again, this is more Port Darwin on the charge. On the right flank this time, he swapped over. Jose puts a dangerous ball in. No one's on it. Comes forward. That's very fortunate for Mindil. And Taike Kudo sets that up, puts it across to Charles Ericu, number 7. He moves and finds... Again, that's a good example of a McAvoy coming back and dispossessing Kane.
Correct.
McDowell, some really good efforts from them today.
It's that pressing we talked about, Bruce. You know, they're pressing, they're making it hard for Mindil to get into their role, their routine of the way they play. So. And
it's the 52nd mark of the 35th minute, so we're coming up well and truly into the end stages of this first half. This is dangerous. If this ball falls at Taiko's feet, it goes back to Tavian. Tavian Lufkinson, great defence. That's from one of their attacking players, the number 14. That's McAvoy on the ball now. He shows the patience, goes back to Quinn. Quinn goes across field to Jose. Jose would want that again, but he's got it again fortuitously. And that pass hasn't found the mark. So Craig Oakland put that pass that time to number 3, Carpathius or Mindil. Unfortunately, so it broke down there, so Mindil have a chance to go. They've put a long ball through, which Mindil don't do a lot of. You know that they're finding a little bit of pressure there if they start to use the long ball. Charles Ericu with a left foot comes in as Langwood. Oh, my goodness. To your point, Morris, he's so dangerous. That's Tavian Lugwitson, gets 1 cent. And I mean S-C-E-N-T. He gets one smell of that and he's into it. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Really good to watch. Good football.
He's been a great addition to the local league.
Definitely.
Classy player, classy human being, and good to have him here.
I like the attitude. I mean, Mindil haven't dropped their heads,
no,
have they?
No.
They're just soldiering on, and they want to get back in this game.
Yeah. So this is Price, a keeper we got a lot of respect for. He puts his set goal kick through, not playing the ball. Any kids watching that? Let's just play the ball, not the whistle. As the coach has told number 14. That's Andri Profiti from Albania, now in Darwin. I don't think you can get any place different than Albania than Darwin.
Oh, no.
Certainly weather-wise.
Weather-wise, you agree.
No crocodiles in Albania or brown snakes or taipoos.
No, they don't have that luxury of having those.
They don't have our beautiful animals.
They don't.
But it's great to have him here, and he's been a real addition. Charles Ericu showing the fleet foot, goes to Tavian. Tavian's on the ball. He has a chance. Keeper brave as and skillful.
Lovely.
Well done to Dominic Price there. Keeper for Port Darwin. Goes down to Ramondo Jose. Ramondo showing all the skills. And it'll be a battle between him and Taike. Taike wins that battle. Only far as Isaac Paul, who gave Port Darwin a skill. Look at the pace of the youngster. He goes around there, puts a ball in. But that's the promise you'll see in the second half, I think, from him, Morris. He's got a turn of speed. Bit of space over here. Kane McDowell finds it. Unfortunately, the ball will not find the player in 10-0.
Just with the ball's out with Isaac, whether he can sustain that constant running is another question later on.
Yeah, there's something to watch if you're viewing in to see not only the personal battles between players, but the individual pursuit of doing the best practice. In this case, trying to run as hard as he can for the rest of the game in that hot sun here that will really bite into you here in Darwin in the dry season. And absolutely rips you apart in the wet season.
It rips it. And the breeze is gone.
Yes, it has. So it's going to be warm out there for all sets of players. They'll be hugging the grandstand side here, mate, where the shade is. It'll be like a mini ruse game.
I agree.
You throw a blanket over them. Or as someone used to say, throw one of those Indian rugs that you always get at half price. That is Terry Fannin on the ball there. He's had a really good. That's Jay Adams as well. This time Charles Erico looks up. He'll take the shot. No, he doesn't. Selfishly puts it to Tavian. Tavian goes across to Tano. Tano back to Tavian. Period Prus takes the shot and takes it so effectively. Time and space for Period Prus. Dangerous. In fact, all three of them, Charles Erico, Tavian Levitskin, then Period Prus.
So, yeah, 100%. I mean, that
what did you see there, Morris?
Look, that cutback's just how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The youngsters can learn a lot from that. And when you put it away, we talked about clinical finishing. You can't just skyrocket a shot like that. He kept composed. He took the shot. He knew where it was going. Lovely goal.
Yeah, really balanced too, because both his feet were pretty close together there. He just... And gorgeous football. I know Port Darwin will be very disappointed with that. Mindil will be happy to go back to 2-all scoreline. But John Tambouris and myself, we always talk about how important those 5 minutes before half-time is to switch on.
I hear it all the time, Bruce.
Yeah,
I do.
Sorry, but it's important.
You're right.
There's a case of it there. The guys from Port Darwin just sort of tighten up at the back.
Correct.
Right,
yes.
That comes off Jay Adams to Quinn. Quinn goes to Yanni. Yanni goes forward. Man on, but he's still playing forward. That man on's taken the ball. Tano. Tano goes to the goal scorer of 2 today in Period Prus. Tavian. Declan moves forward. Declan O'Shea on the ball again. Declan move forward. They need to help him. He'll come back. Declan is tough as nails, so he'll be straight up on his feet. There he goes. Very physical player is Declan. I think his sponsor is Mack Trucks or something like that. Should be.
Well, he's that big. He's got a big build, so you wouldn't mess with him on the field.
He's got a nice turn of pace as well too. He'll get to those ball, and they'll get to those those forwards, and when they're on the run. I think what he just got then was a couple of studs.
Yep.
And this ball's gone forward. So Raimondo Jose on the ball here. He's lapping up the shade where we went to collect the ball then. Took his time.
There a bit longer, weren't they?
And why wouldn't you? And Jay Adams will take a throw in here. He'll go into the box with it, will he? He is. He's told him to move in. We're going to send it in, which is one of the arsenal now with players today, Morris.
Yes, they've got those long throws.
Yep.
Yep.
And there it comes in there. It's going to find... That's been put on by McAvoy. No, it's, Oakland. And Oakland tried to double head that back through it, unsuccessful. So the ball's come out of there now. Mindil will have it. John Hughes will have it here on the grandstand side, number 5 for Mindil. Kane McDowell, the captain, on the ball. No pressure there. A little bit of space for him. And we're just talking about Declan O'Shea gets in there, left footer, and just says, right, get this out of here. Let's get this game back where I want it, which is down here, not that end. Right, William Reeves seems to be roving forward again. He has. Number 6 for Mindil. Right, Tano, number 11, will come in the ball. This will again be a long throw. As we was talking about that, Morris, a lot of players can do that now. And he's pushing the players. Kane McDowell comes earlier for him. Gets to at first. Taki Kurdo has it. Goes forward. Jay Adams there on his own. Got 2 players. He's covered that well, Jay Adams. Right, that's Charles Erico on the ball now, number 7. The youngster for Mindil, who over Christmas has grown another 12 feet. Amazing how these boys just become big humans over the Christmas break. I don't know how many beds his mum has to buy for him.
I don't
you know, because he keeps growing. All right, the referee will restart this. Gives it back to Port Darwin. Yanni moves forward on his left foot. Now looks for someone, finds him. Nice work from number 14, who's been present on both sides of the pitch here this afternoon. He's on the ball now. He'll give that back to Oakland. Craig Oakland will leave it as well. It's past the ball. Now gone down to 16 in Yanni Karalis. He goes in, finds Afridi. Profidi moves forward. That's Tano, number 11. Priya Pruz. Again, a bit more space for him. McAvoy comes in now. Ball goes over the top. And let's see what Charles Eriku does here. They need to tighten up in the 44th minute here. Charles Eriku's going to have a shot, all on the ground. Really precise work from Price. Really firm, down on the ground and straight into his very safe hands. Dominic Price, the custodian for Port Darwin. Ball goes over. Carpathius gets his head to it just in time because Isaac Paul is dangerous, number 10 for Port Darwin. So we're coming up to the 45th minute mark. Don't know if we'll have much more than regulation time. We've got a bit of time added. We'll see what that is. Gives us a chance to thank our sponsors, the Northern Territory Government. Also Hyundai for 15 years of great support here locally as well. Thank them as well for their support. And Northcrest, NTF and Steelline for their support across football here in the Northern Territory. That's Taki Kudo on the ball there. Matthew Missod puts the ball through. And Declan gets his head to it. The whistle's blown. This will come back for a Port Darwin restart. Played about a minute of time added here already. Dominic Price puts his right foot to that, sends it down to Jose. Interception from Misford. Only as far as Priya Pruz. He's going to put it through. They need to be switched on here. And well played from the keeper. He's collided with Jay Adams there. Unfortunately, I think that was shin on shin. I think he's called half-time.
Yep, looks like it, Bruce.
Round of applause from the spectators here. That was a really entertaining game of football, Morris.
Oh, definitely. Look, 2-2, but I think it's a fair score. You know, they've both played really good football, and yeah, it's going to be exciting stuff second half.
All right, we'll come back and we'll pick apart the half. We'll take a short break as the players leave from the field. My name is Bruce Stalder. I have an expert analyst today from Morris Durago, who's from the University of Zurich. Now I've got it. It's been a long day, mate, already. It started very early this morning, I can tell you. You know, this wind reminds me. When you were a school kid, when the wind was like this, you were just mad.
And your mouth is dry, you can't speak.
That's right.
It's all right, I'll forgive you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. You can roll them excuses out for me. Right, we'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly. Thank you for your support. Currently, the score, Mindil 2. That's the yellow and black today in their alternate strip up against the Claret and Blues of Port Darwin. They have 2 as well. Take a short break. Be back shortly. Well, welcome back to a reasonably windy Darwin Football Stadium here at Larrakia Park. It had dropped off for a while there. It was quite humid and hot, and now it's just hot. Humidity's sort of been blown away. Listen, that was a really entertaining first half. Some great pressing and challenges from Port Darwin. They were on today. Mindil, because they're a champion side, just pushed their way, found their way back into that. Let's just have a look at the first half, some of the highlights, and we'll be back and we'll pick that half apart with Morris. Thank you. No, it's going to be 10-0. It's a dangerous position already.
Okay.
Priya Prue standing still, left foot, bang, in the goal. Too easy and very early on. 4:35, Mindil have their first goal. That cross was a fairly aimless cross into the centre there, Morris. And the worst player in the world to fall at his feet is Priya Prue.
Tell me about it. Lovely composure. He knew where he was going to put it away, wasn't he? Didn't have to think. He just tapped it in.
It's a first-time shot. Here it is. Joel Walk still on the ball. Ball still alive. Port Darwin are really pressing Mindil today. Here's a turn on it. Is there someone on Jose's corner? Yes, there is.
Lovely.
And that's the one, Port Darwin's first-time shot. Here it is. Joel Walk still on the ball. Ball still alive. Port Darwin are really pressing Mindil today. Here's a turn on it. Is there someone on Jose's corner? Yes, there is.
Lovely.
And that's the one, Port Darwin. So he's got time. He puts a dipping run over the top. If this is a foot race, Karpathis is in trouble. That's a lovely little top over the bottom. That is a well-taken goal. The youngster, the substitute, Isaac Paul, showed his pace, got around the defender. Goal counts. A lovely little dipping tip over the top. Well done to the young fella. Isaac Paul, sub. You like your sub to come on and do that, Morris?
No, that's what you want from a sub, mate.
He's got time. He puts a dipping run over the top. If this is a foot race, Karpathis is in trouble. That's a lovely little top over the bottom. That is a well-taken goal. The youngster, the substitute, Isaac Paul, showed his pace, got around the defender. Goal counts. A lovely little dipping tip over the top. Well done to the young fella. Isaac Paul, sub. You like your sub to come on and do that, Morris?
No, that's what you want from a sub, mate.
Terry Fanning for his efforts at the back there. They need to be switched on. They need to keep this lead and not let Prue run through. Tavian's on the ball. He'll take a shot. And just puts it past the goal. You know that they're finding a little bit of pressure there if they start to use the long ball. Charles Ericu with a left foot comes in as Langwood. Oh, my goodness. To your point, Morris, he's so dangerous. That's Tavian Ludwigson. Gets one. He'll take the shot. No, he doesn't. Selfishly puts it to Tavian. Tavian goes across to 10-0. 10-0 back to Tavian. Priya Prue takes the shot and takes it so effectively. Time and space for Priya Prue's dangerous. In fact, all three of them, Charles Ericu, Tavian Ludwigson, then Priya Prue.
So, yeah, 100%. I mean, that
what did you see there, Morris?
Look, that cutback's just how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The youngsters can learn a lot from that. And
he'll take the shot. No, he doesn't. Selfishly puts it to Tavian. Tavian goes across to 10-0. 10-0 back to Tavian. Priya Prue takes the shot and takes it so effectively. Time and space for Priya Prue's dangerous. In fact, all three of them, Charles Ericu, Tavian Ludwigson, then Priya Prue.
So, yeah, 100%. I mean, that
what did you see there, Morris?
Look, that cutback's just how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The youngsters can learn a lot from that. And
that was a pretty good snapshot of that first 45 minutes, plus a bit of time added on. Both teams gave us a really entertaining game of football. I really like what Port Darwin's brought here today. I have to ask you, Morris, it's really important they maintain that for the second 45 minutes because they've got a 2-2 scoreline. They should have been 2-1 up. The last 5 minutes, they just didn't switch on at the back, and Priya Prue's bang, pounced, made it 2-2. But, Morris, what would you be saying to your Port Darwin guys at halftime if you were their coach?
Look, I just keep doing what you're doing, pressing and not letting Mindil play their fast game. They're very, like I said, a quick side, a very fit side, and Port's doing all the right things. The coach is actually not going to change much. I don't know if Isaac's going to have enough legs to continue that pace because he's been working like a hound dog, if you like. But he's been working, but I wouldn't change much, really, Bruce.
And then, of course, the thing that was really good about both teams, but in particular Port Darwin, was just the amount of time you had on the ball was just getting smaller and smaller as the game progressed. You know, and okay, there were a couple of lapses from both sides, but the determination to keep the ball always gives you those entertaining one-on-one contests in all different parts of the field.
Correct, yeah.
So any little particular contest you'd be looking for me personally, you mentioned Isaac Paul and whether he can keep that up. I'll be looking to see what Jose does on this side of the pitch. He's up against Takeo here and as well as Matty Massoud on the right side here for for Jose, but on the left side for Mindil.
Yep.
I'm thinking they're going to push a lot down this side. Are you looking for anything else out there in terms of individual contact and contest?
I think it's going to be played right in the. If you ever look, the wings haven't been used as much as we normally see.
Yep.
It's more a midfield battle. If you have a look, because they're squeezing him into Port squeezing Mindil into their half, it's more a midfield contest. So you'll get that physical play. You're getting closer to each player, so you get that physical. But I don't think much is going to change apart from is Isaac going to be able to sustain that momentum that he had first half.
That blistering speed, as Morris put it earlier. Okay, my name is Bruce Stewart. I've got Morris Diago with me. We're about to get underway with this game. We'll just take a short break, get onto the game, and we'll see what this next 45 minutes produces for us, because the first 45 was fantastic.
It was great.
Mindil taking on Port Darwin, back in 1 second. Well, Morris, you're back. You didn't go very far.
We're back. Oh.
Just turned around and there you are. Thank you. If you've just joined us, we've got Mindil in their not traditional strip. It's a sort of light green and black. They're usually in yellow and black, but they're in their away strip today. Looks fantastic actually on them. They're running from right to left on your screens, out against the more traditional kit that you get from Port Darwin, which is the claret and blue. We have a 2-all scoreline, and this is the round 6 of the Men's Premier League here in Darwin, in Northern Territory, and we have an opportunity to see if Port Darwin can get their first win for the year, and they're looking okay today at this stage to do just that. Long way to go. 44 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. Some time. And you can hear the breeze, a really steady breeze, moving our papers around and our wigs, and coming in from the east-southeast with a good 20 knots at times. So it will favour anyone taking the corner kicks from the scoreboard side of this Larrakia Park Darwin Football Stadium main pitch. It's Will Reeve on the ball now. Looks up, puts a nice ball through, but over Tano has it again. Runs out of line. So the pitch still bathed in primarily sunshine. They were getting more shadow and shade coming from the grandstand side. And the players will still be feeling the bite of this sun here in Darwin in the dry season. So there's one picked up by the referee and awarded to Port Darwin. Ball goes back to where it was originally placed. Referee's happy there now. We'll get underway. That looks like Ende Profiti on the ball. It is. He puts a nice right foot, loops in under McAvoy. McAvoy got his head to it and just went past Arlo Race and the left-hand post as well. Early signs are, Morris?
Yeah, it could have gone anywhere, that header. So, yeah, very, very promising. And, yeah, early signs indeed.
And nice right footer in there from Profiti, and found the head of McAvoy, who's the captain today, wearing number 12 for Port Darwin. Carpathius, number 3, on the ball now for Mindil. He'll go up the middle to Priet Pruz. Priet Pruz does a no-look pass. He doesn't like that. Slaps himself. Love players when they slap themselves. I didn't really like that one. And it goes across to Jose. Jose back to Jay Adams. Adams across to a player who's impressed me today in Terry Fanning. Really done a solid job so far in the first 48 minutes. And a ball for Port Darwin here. Jay Adams will take this one. Yep, set piece, infringement there from the Mindil player. Jay moves in with his 70s moustache, puts it high and over. And Kane Madow over the back of that off Queen and gets to the ball first. Well done to the captain for Mindil. put in the air again by Terry Fanning, looking for Isaac Paul. Rd6 comes out gymnastically and
That looked really good. I mean,
but offside.
but yes, it was offside.
Not a fan of long balls because it's always 50-50 and usually ends up in the opposition's hands or feet, so to speak. Declan O'Shea on the ball there. Comes back to Matty. And Mifsud puts the ball back into play to Carpathius, goes to Charles Ericu. Charles Ericu does to an overlapping Matthew goes through, but it runs out over the sideline. Right, Jay Adams and Jose there with the ball, goes back to Terry Fanning. They want to watch themselves here. They've got two very dangerous players in Charles Ericu and Tavian Ludvigsen. Balls move forward, down the line. Just goes harmlessly out of play. Ball's collected by number 8 for Mindil, and he puts it back into play. Jay Adams intercepts early. Ball still in play. Hughes on the ball now, the defender. Goes across. This is going to be Takeo. Lovely work from him. Nice balance and swerve around the Port Darwin player there. In Yanni. Goes back to Shea. Shea finds Andre Profiti. Puts a lovely ball through to Isaac Paul on the run. Isaac's in the dangerous. He's going to have a shot on goal. Finds the squatting knees of the keeper for Mindil. And Rd6 successful there in keeping that one out. 2-2 the scoreline. This is the 50-minute mark. We're at round 6 of the Men's Premier League in Darwin. And we'll bring it to you from Larrakia Park. Right, shot on goal. He's going to take it. He does. Puts it over the post. Had all the time in the world. Would have liked that again. Yeah. Referee's got 2 players down. Nice heavy collision there. Yes. Let's go back to the collision. Trainers have been called out. And those trainers include Grace Lane from Port Darwin will be heading out. And Josh Tidswell.
The good thing is they're back on their feet, so it's not something too serious.
So it's McAvoy. Yep. The captain who's come down for Port Darwin, and Matt Misford for Mindil. Both of them up gingerly walking away from the collision.
Yep.
Getting a conversation with each of their sports trainers and physios.
They're saying, I'm okay, yep.
Are you buying tonight? Is it takeaway?
I think it's takeaway, mate.
Okay, looks like it. But to Morris's point, they look okay and they're sort of shaking off that collision. We'll come back to the opportunity there for Jose to put that away for Port Darwin. It's really important they take those opportunities. They didn't on that occasion. And he had what we call watermelons for eyes there. He really did see something bigger than what was actually in front of him. So unfortunately, put it over the centre bar of the goals by some distance. Jose has to take off his jewellery. He's got his necklace. How did that happen? Kane McDowell on the ball there. Goes to McAvoy, the captain there. That's a lovely ball. That is a perfectly well-placed ball. Let's just see what they do with it. DeFree intercepted by Reeve, who got in there early. But lovely ball put through. It was, well, and right at the feet of Andre Profiti. But cleaned up by Will Reeve. Nice work from him, the youngster, who's got, as we said, a roving permit today. He's moving up and down the field. He's now shaking his head. I think he wanted that, or he's just feeling a bit of the punch of the sun.
I think it's the punch of the sun, mate.
Okay.
I agree with you. But we talk about youth, Bruce, and that's an example of all, these youngsters. They get in there and they just go for it. And like I said, they don't retreat. They just go forward. So Reeves is excellent at that, and it's been a long time in the making.
And it's one of the most enjoyable things about football is watching the next generation come through. It's always been, as I said, one of the most enjoyable parts of the game. So Price puts that one through. Took down a couple of clouds on its way through. We don't have many today.
No, I was just looking at that, Bruce. I didn't
It's a
see
beautiful
too many,
day.
but it's lovely.
Yeah, it's this wind coming in. Which, as I said, goes to John Hughes. John Hughes is going to play it back, but decides against that with the dangerous Isaac Paul there. And that ball's gone to him. That's all Taki could do. His first touch eluded him there, put it into the path of a very dangerous Isaac Paul. So Jose will go out to the right-hand side, what we call the fire station side of Larrakia Park. He'll take this corner kick. If he gets it right, the Breeze will push this away from goal. So he may be able to come in tighter to the goal than normal and just watch it drift across under the wind. He'll certainly give a bit more length to it as well, so he might not have to hit us as hard. But we'll see what he does.
Yeah, the wind should take it in,
Yep.
float it in
Yep.
with this breeze.
It's quite a breeze. As I said, up to 15, 20 knots at times. There's a nice burst on it now. He comes in, ball's found, 3 headers went for it, all the right colour. That is claret and blue, but no one got their head to it. Came off one of the claret and blue players off his leg, and will be a restart. Short pass out from the back goes to Carpathius. He'll now go to Mithrid. Attempt from 1-2 between Kane McDowell and Matt Misford didn't come off. Unfortunately, that was run out of play also by Port Darwin. They'd like that again. So the ball still remains down here in the shadows. As I said, the players are enjoying that moment out of the sun. Nice strong work there from Terry Fanning, and he wins that battle. Quinn on the ball there, who's done real good work in the midfield today for Port Darwin. And that's gone to Andre Profiti, who's been dangerous both on the left and right. He'd like that one again. He's put it out of play and over the goal line. Come back. Got Will Reeve down on his haunches there. Got Carpathius down on his haunches. I think that sun is biting out there and they're starting to get as much air into their lungs as they can while there's a short break. Right, ball's back in play. This time it's going to fall for Take Kudo. Kudo puts a left footer across, finds Jay Adams' head. This time Jose picks it up early with a header down at his feet with pace. Nice skills from him. He looks up and does an early shot to Paul. Jose Paul looking for the ball. Didn't find it. Comes back to Jose. Jose on the ball again. He'll restart this. A right footer puts it in the air. This will be held up because of the breeze and finds a Mindil defender who takes a slight shove from 14, Profiti. I think it's actually Reeve who took that. Could be wrong. Let me have a look. It's not Reeve, no. That's Hughes. Well, you know that hurt because John doesn't stay on the ground at all, ever. So he's been knocked there, a bit better. He's up now walking across. Just checking if he's still here. But looking okay. Okay, the ball goes to Profiti. And Profiti puts the ball across goal. Arlo Race throws it out. Intercepted by Jay Adams. Jay Adams goes in again. Good work from Adams. Determined effort. Still on the ball. And again, good tandem work there. Oakland came in to help out. So Port Darwin in the 57th minute are still applying that time squeezing, space squeezing approach they've had from the get-go. So what are you seeing, Morris?
The same. I mean, it's not as intense. They're just knocking around. They're still trying to conserve as much energy to get through this second half.
Yep. You've seen that in both sides?
I see that in both sides. Basically, they're just conserving that energy because I feel the last 10 to 15, well, the last 5, 10 to 15.
Yes.
You know, 5, it will be really competitive.
Yeah.
And they'll put, all guns blazing there.
During that one, yeah.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
And so it's still, we have temperatures out here when you're out of the breeze and in the sun, which would be 32, 33 degrees. So it's a warm one. The breeze makes it feel that way. This has gone through off a header. His first time shot is over the goal. It was going towards that right or left-hand side in the top corner, but just went over and skimmed the white paint off. Get that ball, it's got paint on it. That was so close, and he had so much space there. He has had a good game today, Andre Profiti. now playing on the left. 14 had an opportunity there. He should have taken it. Had plenty of time. But credit to the keeper in that race came out, made himself big and tightened that arrow, line of shot. Carpathius puts a through ball through to misfit number 2. Puts another one very similar to Charles Ericu. That's a good 3/4 of the pitch move very easily by Mindil in 2 passes. Goes around, ball still in play. It's overly hit. Now sits down for Oi. And Tan puts that ball through. He'll regather. He'll run in the shade. Pop out of the shade only when he has to. And yes, he is. He's now he will. And puts the ball down for a corner kick. So that's Tan. Comes in with the right footer. Over the back of a whole pyramid of Port Darwin players. I don't know if Matthew met that, but it'll be okay. It's gone right across to the guy who just took the player, just took the goal kick. A couple of step overs there, puts the ball through, intercepted again by Oakland, who's been doing plenty of work there in the midfield with McAvoy and Quinn for Port Darwin. Ball comes through, collision of players. Kane Dowell takes the shot, finds it, goes across goal. Referee seen an offside. Tim Lay on the assistant referee side. When you're assistant referees and you get the coin toss and you get to go on that side, full sun, entire game.
How many times I've said to the centre ref, I said, I want the other side. He goes, no, you're number 2.
And you have to go over. Oh, dear. Okay, we're going to have a sub here for Mindil in the 60th minute, who's had a really good 60 minutes. That's Tano coming off. He runs off the field. He's replaced by number 16 for Mindil. And that's Levi Winman. Levi's been coming back from injury. Was up in the spectator stand last week.
Yep.
He'll be really excited and look forward to his 30 minutes plus of this shift for him. Price on the ball, comes in, pushes it up, and the wind goes a low trajectory because the wind's pretty strong at the moment. Good 20 knots coming in from the south-southeast and certainly blowing straight into his face at times. That's the keeper for Mindil. Port Darwin, my apologies. Right, ball goes out from Jose. Finds that dangerous player in Profiti. He looks up, puts his right footer in again. Finds someone that runs through from Oakland. He's offside, unfortunately. But encouraging stuff from Port Darwin in the 61st minute, Morris.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, they want it. They need the points. They really do. So they've got to throw everything at this game. So, yes.
And how important are squads and how important is to have depth on your bench? You know, we've seen a couple of subs here already, one through injury and another one just a replacement then.
Well, it's so important that, you know, was it Thana, they came off. He was working like a machine, and if you don't have the bench that can take over and replace that effort, you'll be obviously one player short.
So what you want is your bench to maintain whatever energy and momentum and commitment is out there, and obviously game plan as well.
Always, yes.
Yeah. So it's a squad game. It's not the 11 v 11. It's 16 v 16. Okay, a ball, but into the sun of Race. Race just rolls it out to Carpathius. The youngster comes forward and moves it on to Misford, number 11. Number 11, I said. Misford lets it roll over. Yep. Not number 11, number 8. For Mindil. So Jay Adams will come up and take this throw. He does that. Goes over the top of all the players. Oakland just following through. Reeve will put it back to the keeper. Good pressure from Quinn. That's what you want to see. Quinn now into McAvoy. McAvoy gets there first. Comes off the side of his head. Is only as far as Jose. Jose's got time here. Nice work from him. He's got a call. He looked for it but couldn't get it to that player. And that player was Profiti. Endai Profiti. It's Tavian on a foot race against 2 Port Darwin defenders. And, of course, the keeper. And great work from him, Dominic Price. Restarted with Carpathius. Again, 2 passes and they're down this end already. Goes to Charles Ericu. Charles Ericu up against Terry Fannin. Turns inside Fannin. Fannin comes back again. Good shepherding work from him. And cleaned up by Jay Adams. Good interception from McAvoy. Been tireless in the midfield today and brought a real different momentum to the game for Port Darwin. Goes to Yanni. Yanni puts a left footer up, but only as far as Hughes. He gets a very strong header onto that. Fannin puts the ball down, looking for someone. Bounces over Price. Kane McDowell's challenged by Price. Well played by him. McAvoy looks up and goes, let's go for a run. But ball just didn't get the right place. Okay, this is good pressure. And really calm play from the youngster in goals. Well played.
Very well played.
Kane McDowell on the ball again. He goes over the top. Priya Pruz is onside. Made his run from behind. Takes the shot across goal. There it is. Great save. Save of the day.
Definitely. What a fantastic
save of the month.
That's reflex. That's brilliant stuff.
Got to see that in the highlights package today. Fantastic save from Dominic Price, the keeper for Port Darwin. Down low, his body and all his momentum was going to the left. Came back instinctively and stopped that shot on the right.
I mean, that's reflex. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be in the highlights package for sure. Kane McDowell has a shot.
Whoa.
He's gone over goal, over the road, into the front yard. There goes $200. I won't get back.
I heard it's $200,
Yeah.
Bruce. I mean, we can't lose too many of those.
No, not when I've got to give so many to Simon Bell for his hat tricks he keeps scoring.
I know. He's on fire.
Yeah. So, and there's a couple of hat tricks in the women's game the other day too. So, Cassie McWilliam had one. So that one has been lost.
Oh.
That ball's gone bouncing into the yard where there's a big German Shepherd, so it's gone. It stays there. You can have it for dinner.
We'll call Tambo, see if he can go and collect it.
He doesn't. His dogs scare him. This is round 6 of the Men's Premier League here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. If you just joined us, it's a dry season. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. Plenty of breeze too. We're about 20 knots coming from the southeast. So that's taking some of the bite out of the sun. But if you're in the sun, you will know you're in Darwin. It's a hot day. Around 31, 32 degrees still here as we head into... well and truly the half after 5 o'clock, getting towards 5:30. A little bit too clever from Jose and intercepted by Taiki Kudo. Nice work from Taiki Kudo, nice cane stuff. Kane McDowell looks up, the ball gets a favourable ricochet off Yanni, number 16. And Carolis into the hands of the player who momentarily made a fabulous save just earlier. He's going to roll it out to Declan Lachey. Priya Pruz is on him, but Karolalis will put that ball off a player. And that player was the substitute, Levi Winman, for Mindil. So it'll be a Port Darwin throw on the fire station side or the North Crest scoreboard side of Larrakia Park. Ball's thrown in. Goes to the very dangerous Graffiti. Andre goes across field. He's still got the ball. Tackle from behind on the ball. Andre Graffiti doesn't like that one, but the ball's pushed on. John Hughes goes forward. And Jose looks up. That's a good ball. He's going to find him. These two have worked well together. The ball's come forward. He has a shot. He'd like that one again. Bad luck. Over the goal line it goes. A good effort from him.
We're looking at a sub, are we, Bruce?
Sorry? Yeah, there'll be a sub.
Yep.
That's Lockie Wright coming on. I don't know who's going to replace, but it's around the 67th minute mark. Again, Lockie, only a young player. Just gone to Brisbane, signed for Wynnum Wolves, a really strong National Premier League side down in Brisbane. And he'll just improve out of bounds when he gets back there. So he's been really affected, like so many people in Australia from COVID-19. But it's giving him time to come home to be with his family. And he'll feature in the Wawas, the NT Indigenous side, who are playing here on July the 15th. He goes back on the 20th, so that's timely for him. This is a goal. It's an opportunity for a goal. Could have been a home goal.
Wow, close. I know. That was so close, and it's a corner, yes.
So plenty of shaky stuff going on for Mindil at the moment.
It's end to end, really, when you think of that top save, you know, from the youngster and then over to here, we've had to clear it.
And it's like slow motion. The ball just goes across the goal there. You're thinking, is someone going to get the toe or feet, whatever, to it? And balance kept by the Mindil players to keep it out. This has come over the back again. He gets to it, Quinn, and only as far as a Mindil defender off the line. I think it was John Hughes. So that's the replacement. Levi Winman on the ball there. He goes long, looking for Charles Ericu, but he won't. You'll find Declan in the shade. Charles all on ball there. That's a lovely retrieving tackle from number 7 from Mindil. Again, nice work from Port Darwin there as well. Nice little interplay and skills shown by a couple of individual players there.
Definitely.
All right, we're coming up to the 70-minute mark. That's Will Reeve on the ball. Will tries to find Levi Winman. Levi will press this back. Declan O'Shea goes back, puts it back to Price, and Price goes right-footed back up, finds McAvoy. McAvoy chests that down to Yanni. Yanni looks for Andre across to Oakland. Oakland goes, and that goes under the foot of Yanni. Subs looking for it to be made here. That ball's gone out of play and over the fence. Oh, my goodness. We got any balls left?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if he wanted a sub so bad he just belted it. So he goes, come on, make a sub.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that one's gone over the fence over in what we call the no man's land between us. Between us and the fire station. And I noticed no man's land's now got a patrolling Great Dane that's about 19. What do they measure horses by? Hands or something?
I think it is hands.
Yeah, well, it's about 22 hands high. It's massive. And it's got a real deep baritone. Yeah. You know, it really wants to be in an opera. It never shuts up. Anyhow, I think it's tied up today because I can't hear it. Anyhow, we're at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. My name is Bruce Stalder. I've got Morris Durago with me. Morris has been giving his expert comments. He predicted early on that this game would rely on players keeping their fitness and their energy levels up. And it's most important in the last 5 minutes today. We'll see what happens. We're at the 70-minute mark. So plenty of time left for both sides to get a score on the board. 2-2 is the result at the moment, is the score at the moment. And that's Jose on the ball, showing nice skill and balance, number 7. But just a couple that moves too early. There's a sub there, number 9. He's come on. And that's Mashamango Sampson, number 9. He'll be playing in the midfield for Port Darwin. That's offside. And of course, Lockie Wright went on for Mindil as well. So we had 2 subs in the last couple of minutes. That's Lockie there on the ball. He'll skirt across to the fire station side. He's wearing number 4. He's in there behind the other substitute, and Levi Winman. Levi's gone central and ran into some good defence. 3 defenders there, Morris. That's an example of Port Darwin.
Exactly.
They've been up for this today. Arlo Race comes across. Math Misford goes back. Carpathius. And Take Kudo puts the ball through. Terry Fanning, Priya Pruz, who'll win this little individual barrow. Goes back. Terry Fanning still stays in there. Comes forward now. But the pass is put away by Matt Mithid. He now a little interplay here. This will be dangerous. Okay, on the left foot. That's the 3rd substitute there that's gone out for Mindil. And that's number 17 for Mindil, Timothy. Kyriakos Timothy was on the ball there. He's running back now in the midfield. Ball comes down to Charles Ericu out of the left back position for Mindil. That's lovely work from the young fella. Jay Adams in pursuit. He'll go inside. Terry Fannin now will have to take him on. Lovely work from the young fella. And equally good work from the defence from Yanni there. McAvoy looks up, finds Quinn. Quinn has space here for the counter. He puts the ball. He'd want to have that again. Maybe he saw a player we didn't see.
Maybe he did.
Maybe the ghost of Port Darwin down there. He'll have that again. Anyhow, he'll restart his game, and he does there. Gets that. That's just his effort. Bit of frustration there. Wants some water. As I said, Quinn, McAvoy have been really good in the midfield today. Oakland in there as well. Jose and Freedy, they've all done their job.
Definitely they have done. They've worked very hard and haven't stopped, so that's great.
Yes, as we come up to the 74th minute. This is round 6 of the Men's Premier League here in Darwin, round 5 since the COVID restart. And in Australia now, there's only ourselves and South Australia and West Australia playing football. And we've been playing Premier League for 5 weeks, so we're very proud of that. Proud that everyone's done the right thing here in the NT. Great tackle from Jay Adams. Looks up, McAvoy regains his presence. Quinn on the ball. Quinn makes sure this one's a good one. He does. He finds a beautiful ball.
Ball.
Yeah,
ball.
to yes, Isaac Paul, and he's offside. So came to naught. There's a long ball from Carpathius. Finds Fanning. Fanning only as far as dangerous Eric who goes through. It's a lovely ball, but equally lovely work.
Yeah, beautiful ball. Yes.
He's been really good. He's been
Excellent.
special.
He's been some good stuff there at the front.
Yeah, great keeping from Dominic Price. He's really shown his skills here today. Right, there's the sub there. Sampson, he'd like that again. Goes in, that's no ball, all feet. So Sampson says sorry, he moves back into the midfield. Quick taking set piece from Taiko. Kudo goes through. And Kyrikos Timothy. He moves in. There's a nice into the breeze right footer that gets some distance. Right, the sub on the ball, Sampson goes across to Jose. Jose finds, now they're overlapping. That's Profiti on this side now. Still with the ball. Lovely work from him. Finds Sampson. Sampson goes across. I don't know who that's to, but it'll go over the goal line. It was sort of a pass and a shot. Going to have another sub. This time it'll be Mindil taking the opportunity. Priya Pruz has got 2 goals to his name. As Mindil got 2 goals. He'll come from the field. His replacement is a young player who's been in Adelaide playing football. That's Sean Henderson, young Indigenous boy. He plays in the NT Wawa team as well. Featured in the Indigenous Football Championships in Queensland last couple of years. Great young talent. Good to see him. That's again one of the pleasures of COVID is that he's back home from out of Adelaide. So it's our Adelaide's loss and our win.
And
so
that's fantastic. We want more of that to happen.
Yeah, we certainly do. Come home, please.
Come home.
Yeah. So 14 minutes and plus time added for Sean Henderson here this afternoon in the Men's Premier League. So great to see him out there. Right, Carpathius on the ball. He goes down to Misford. Misford looks up, finds the sub, and Levi Winman puts a lovely ball through. Eric Hugh going to have the shot. He's offside though. His run was not correct. So his run was too early.
The idea was there. I mean, those through balls, one's going to pay off, doesn't it, Bruce? One's going to come out, and that's it. Whoever does that well will actually win the game.
Yeah. And Charles has been really unselfish today. Every time he's had those opportunities, he's actually looked to put it onto someone to assist.
Yes, correct.
I'd like him to maybe take a chance. He's got a really dangerous left foot. And we may see that in the final 13 minutes of this match. Yeah, it's regulation time anyhow. Declan Shea on a chase over there, beats Levi Winman to it. Nice pass back, finds the Port Darwin player. Freedy comes back inside. Lovely skill. He just built. He beat 2 Mindil defenders. Well played, Andre. McAvoy looks for him again. Andre puts a nice ball through to an overlapping Yanni. Yanni's put a ball through to Isaac Paul. Isaac Paul dances in the shadows there, goes across into the sunlight where Yanni sits. Yanni's got Lachlan Wright on him. Lachlan Wright wins that one, and well won to Lachlan. Goes to Sean Henderson. The other 2 of the youngsters working together there. To another youngster in Kane McDowell for Mindil. Average age there is about 3. between the three of them. Just babies. Well played to all three of them. Ball comes through. That's Kane. Too much punch on that, and also the wind got behind it as well and took it probably another 10 metres more than he wanted. Into the hands, and he's been very safe hands today, of Dominic Price. He again goes high and puts plenty of, but only as far as Carpathius' head. Jay Adams on the ball then. That's Price. Quinn, sorry. And Quinn would have liked to have got more boot on that. And it's fallen into Mindil, and they're over on the fire station side. That's Will Reeve on the ball. Will goes back to the keeper. Rd6 will go across field. He does. To Carpathius. Carpathios goes to Misford. That's the ball through and intercepted. Well seen by Terry Fannin. Okay, Quinn's down. He was struggling there earlier. And be a sub here, I'd say. He's had a really fantastic 79 minutes. He's put it in there today.
Definitely. Just wondering how long Isaac's going to last. You know, we're talking about legs, and he's been working full on. As his intensity's been, outstanding. I'm wondering, have they got a sub for that last 5 minutes that we talk about?
Well, that's what the benches are for. We'll see that, Morris. Actually, you're spot on. Okay, that sub that went on is the youngster number 13, Alexander Cleanhouse. So 13 for Port Darwin's come on, and Quinn has come from the pitch. And Dylan had a great 80 minutes. All right, this is dangerous because Charles Ericu's got the ball. Charles turns into right foot shot. Here it comes.
Oh.
He had the right idea. Keeper was there.
He was there.
But he put so much bite on that.
Would you say he had it covered, Bruce?
Yes, somewhat.
Yeah, okay.
But he did put on it. He did put some punch behind that. And that's good to see. He's been unselfish all day. It's good to see a little bit of selfishness from him. Turn on his right foot. He can hit it with both. And he took a shot there, and it was nearly inside that upright, but wasn't. So Dominic Price on the ball. Bit of housekeeping there between shin pads and shin pads not on. It's Jose again. Jose's either got a jewellery issue or he's now got a footwear issue. Maybe what we should do is make his shin pads jewellery. He'll never forget it. But he's been great today too. Entertaining and a player with personality. There he goes on the field now, number 7. He's called for the ball. He could have got it then, but he didn't. Timithio has he goes across field, keeps in play. Advantage being played. No, he'll come back for that. Keeper will come back. Okay, 82nd minute. Dangerous 8 minutes for both sides here. Also 8 minutes of opportunity for both sides. Goes across to Misford. Misford looks up, goes to Levi Winman. Levi Winman and Terry Fannin on here. Terry Fannin, great work. Terry Fannin finds Jose. Jose goes around him. Advantage being played by the referee. Cleanhouse makes a nice break down the left side. The right side, sorry. But Jose goes left towards Isaac Paul and didn't connect, unfortunately. A couple of bit of conversations between those two players, Cleanhouse and Jose. Getting their act together for the next opportunity, I'm sure. Cleanhouse goes back into the midfield and McAvoy comes up with the ball. McAvoy looks up. Do I have someone? He puts it now to off the head of Carpathius and to the keeper, Rd6. And he's overheaded that pass over to the left back from Mindil. Some good work from Port Darwin in close there. Came Adele on the ball. Nice first touch. Chest down to right boot. This ball will go out of play, though, after that nice work from the captain for Mindil. Right, 83rd minute. Dangerous period for both sides. As we said, good opportunity for both sides as well, Morris.
Oh, definitely, Bruce, definitely.
And to your point about who's got the engines, who's got the fuel, who's going to actually tire, we'll soon see. There's Lockie Wright on the ball. Goes forward, finds Winman, who's overlapped. Winman puts a... He'll have that. He's just got that all wrong. That hit his toe and his boot, and now he's hurt himself. You can often overextend your knee when you do that.
You do.
But the main thing is it hurts inside.
That's the biggest hurt. I agree.
Yes. But we've all done that.
But we recover, don't we, Bruce? We do recover from that.
So he's just running off that little overextension of his knee. That's Yanni on the ball there, comes forward, had a great game in the left back position. In fact, the left side of Port Darwin's been really special today.
He's been solid,
midfield.
yeah.
Declan O'Shea and Jay Adams have been strong in the centre. So it's up to the subs, Cleanhouse and Sampson, to actually, and Isaac Paul.
Yeah, to make a difference.
Yeah. Give the guys an opportunity. This ball's going to bounce over the top. Isaac Paul moves through. Rd6 comes through. Hat moves from his head. Good work from him. Dangerous. Got back in play. Got to turn on. You've got to be on this. Well done. Terry Fanning, number 19, has had a really, really purposeful game today.
Definitely.
Just see then, he diffused that. That could have been dangerous. You got to switch on both teams. You need to be switched on now.
He looks slow because of his build, but he's actually quite fast. He gets to the ball quicker than why. It's a bit of an illusion, isn't it, Bruce?
Yeah, he is. They call him the magician. But yeah, he's had a fantastic game. Right, McAvoy, another one who has as well. McAvoy puts that out of play, but it's still in the dangerous feet of Charles Ericu. Charles Ericu goes again. The ball's played. It was all ball. Declan Shea got ball. Referee just let it play.
There's a bit of urgency.
Now they're all looking into the sun, which is the worst thing you can do. And you can't escape it when the ball's going to be there. So Misfit's going to move forward.
Bruce, we're in that 5-minute zone that we talked about. So here it is.
Going to be a sub here. And Winman's coming off because of that knee injury. So that's the sub being subbed. So Levi will come from the field. He won't be happy. He hates being injured. Number 2 goes on in his replacement. And that's Nick Constantinos. Ball's out of play. Came off Port Darwin. So we're at the 86-minute mark. 4 minutes plus time added on for both teams to either get a goal or just do everything they can to make sure the other one doesn't. Okay, this ball's gone through. Henderson's on the ball inside the box. Comes off him. Terry Fanning gets his foot to it. Comes out to Will Reeve. Will Reeve let that one's bounce. If he gets this, the foot race is on. The youngsters out there, in terms of Lockie Wright, will get back and play easily. Will Reeve holds him up. This ball's gone across to Cleanhouse. Cleanhouse hits his hand. Cleanhouse gives himself away. No one reacts, only the crowd. But he gave himself away big time there. Right, sub on the ball here. Number 2. And Nicholas kept the ball, still in play. Ball going back to where Matty is. And Misfit will set this after that infringement by Port Darwin. Right, 87-minute mark. He moves in. This is an opportunity for Mindil, opportunity also for Port to keep him out. Ball comes in. It's one of those dangerous floaters. Finds the foot. He's going to have a shot here. He does.
He's done
and he
it.
Scores. That 5 minutes. That's the substitute. Kyriakos Timothou, number 17. Ball fell at his feet. He turned. Bang.
Oh, look, John will say, "I told you so."
He will be. And I feel for Dominic Price because he couldn't. He had no sight on that.
No, he didn't.
He had all the players in front of him. Couldn't see the ball.
And he's had a fantastic game as well.
He has. Yeah.
So, yeah.
He'll be really disappointed.
Definitely.
Had a brilliant game.
Well done, Mindil.
Yep. So Mindil have a 3-2 scoreline advantage. The ball's gone out of play. That's right with the throw in. Comes off. Charles Ericu will go out of play, and this will come back to being a Port Darwin ball. Port Darwin got plenty of time. There'll be a bit of time added, I'd expect. Go back to the keeper. No, he doesn't. Yanni needs someone to help him. Charles Erica wins that. Come on, he needs some help. Good determination. Now the help arrives in McAvoy. Port Darwin need to lift, mate. There's still time, and they've shown today they're very capable of getting another goal back here.
Definitely, because there could be 2 to 3 minute stoppage, which would make it another 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes
they're going to make
go.
a sub here, are they? I think they might. Also, you know, not being unfair to Mindil, but a 3-all scoreline would be really a good understanding of how the game went today.
Definitely, because it's quite even, wasn't it, on both sides? There we go. We have
offside is the goal scorer. So Timothy will come back, running back, as is Wright at some pace. Get back in the defensive line. Dominic Price is just cajoling his side, wanting to move forward. He puts a kick in, puts his head down. He's done so well. So sub will be made. That sub's being made now. So Yanni's coming from the pitch. So he's coming right across the field. So because he didn't go off on the other side, he has to wait for the player to come off the field. Yanni's off the field. And on goes number 18. That's Tobias Kogi, young Kenyan boy, now living in Australia. Again, one of the youngsters coming through Port Darwin. And I really want to thank Lee Addison for giving youth a go and making him so much a part of what he's trying to do at the club. You know, he's had it for 6 weeks, mate, and you can see the improvement today.
He's already there.
So I'd love to see how Port are going to go in round 12 and round 18, to be honest.
I agree.
He's done some great work with them. Right, Jay Adams there putting that out of play. Mindil will take all the time in the world here. We're now into out of regulation time into time added. He's adding the time on. Misford looking for someone to throw to. And again, Jay Adams, solid as ever, gets in there and puts that ball out. I feel for Jay and Declan and Terry at the back.
Oh, yes.
They've been sensational today.
Been solid, yes.
They have been fantastic. They'll be so disappointed with that late goal. And it's hard to say to them, I know you lost, but there was just so much good things coming out of the club today.
Yes, definitely.
Right, that's Tobias on the ball there. Nice skills from him. Look at that lovely running style from the youngster. Looks up, puts a great ball through to Isaac Paul. Come on, there's the chance. Isaac Paul runs it in, keeps it in. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. Tim Lay doesn't miss those things.
No, he doesn't. He's pretty good.
And that's Tim out there today, refereeing. Must be game 496 today. He does so many games for us.
He does.
Brilliant. Great servant.
Yeah,
football.
He clocks up a lot of games on the weekends and over the years.
Yeah, over the years, many years. Great work from Tobias to get back. Goes across to Terry Fanning. Fanning on the ball now. Looks up. Puts the ball through. Terry trying right until the last moment. Terry, Right gets his header to that. Lachlan Wright. Nice play from Profiti to win that ball back. There's still an opportunity. Tobias knows that. He runs over with urgency, but it won't be time. The whistle's gone. 3-2 Mindil over Port Darwin. This is round 6. A game that had everything, was end to end.
Definitely.
Yes. And we think in the end it just favoured Mindil. They took their opportunities more than probably Port Darwin did. But I can't say enough good things about Port Darwin today, Morris.
Definitely, and a closer match. You know, we talked about the individual play and, player to player. That was evident. You could see that in the whole game in both halves. And really the biggest part was that Mindil's got that fitness. Port made those changes to combat the fitness deficiencies that they had, but really good subs by the coach of Port Darwin. And basically, it was an even game. The score doesn't represent that or reflect that, but definitely very close match. And coming from losses, Port Darwin has not been doing too well. After coming out of COVID-19, this should be a positive move forward for Port Darwin.
I totally agree, Morris. Morris Duragio is giving those expert analyst comments today. We'll come back and hear a couple more things from from Morris before we go to our next match here at Darwin Football Stadium. My name is Bruce Stalder. Thank you for your support. Hang in. We'll have a little bit of a wrap on how the game played out for the full 90 plus. The scoreline is Mindil Aces 3, Port Darwin 2, and a round of applause from the spectators for the winners here this afternoon. No, it's going to be 10-0. It's a dangerous position already.
Okay.
Pre-approved, standing still, left foot, bang, in the goal. Too easy and very early on. 4:35, Mindil have their first goal. That cross was a fairly aimless cross into the centre there, Morris. And the worst player in the world to fall at his feet is pre-approved.
Tell me about it. Lovely composure. He knew where he was going to put it away, wasn't he? Didn't have to think. He just...
Well, that breeze is gone again now. It's been huffing and puffing all afternoon. Now decided to go away just as the players come from the pitch. But look, the shadow going across the pitch. We've got more shade and less sun. I've got Morris with me. Morris, I just got, that game was really entertaining. No matter, it is disappointing for Port Darwin, but what are the positives you're seeing coming out of that today for Lee Addison, their coach?
Look, the positives are that they actually can play that the similar game to Mindil Aces, who are the top of the ladder when you think of just sneaking up behind Hellenic.
Yes.
On top. What they can take, that they can actually take it to a team that's fit, is quick, has got a lot of youth, and basically play that individual player to player. They can also open, they open up, use the wings, but very probably he should be very proud of his boys. They've had a really top game,
And you made a really good point at the early part, Morris, when you said they should play it at their pace, their game, not Mindil's pace, not Mindil's game, and that's exactly what we saw. Let's just say something about the Mindil's game today. They did get a win 3-2. From my point of view, a draw was probably more the scoreline that we were looking for, given what we saw in front of us today.
Yep.
But hey, they got a win, and they're leading for a reason.
Yep, and I guess Mindil had to really play, tried to play that quick game, a fast game. Once again, Port Darwin actually closed them down.
Yep.
But they're flamboyant up front. Mindil are composed. They've got the youth, and you know what? That's why they are where they are today. So
well put. Yeah. Well put, Morris. It was great to have you here this afternoon. Thank you for coming in, mate.
Thank you, Bruce.
Really appreciate having you here.
And
go back to that lovely family. I'll see you tomorrow out in the mini Ruse land and Junda land, all that again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, speaking of boys and girls, if you're at home watching this, just sit back and like the highlights of this match. There's some really individual skill sets that you want to look at, and you'll hopefully see in this package one of the best saves of the year. This time shot. Here it is. Joel Wack still on the ball still alive. Port Darwin are really pressing Mindil today. Here's a turn on it. Is there someone on Jose's corner? Yes, there is.
Lovely.
And that's the one, Port Darwin's first time shot. Here it is. Joel Wack still on the ball still alive. Port Darwin are really pressing Mindil today. Here's a turn on it. Is there someone on Jose's corner? Yes, there is.
Lovely.
And that's the one, Port Darwin. He's got time. He puts a dipping run over the top. If this is a foot race, Karpathis is in trouble. That's a lovely little top over the bottom. That is a well-taken goal. The youngster, the substitute, Isaac Paul, showed his pace, got around the defender. Goal counts. A lovely little dipping tip over the top. Well done to the young fella. Isaac Paul, sub. You like your sub to come on and do that, Morris?
No, that's what you want from a sub, mate. He's got
time. He puts a dipping run over the top. If this is a foot race, Karpathis is in trouble. That's a lovely little top over the bottom. That is a well-taken goal. The youngster, the substitute, Isaac Paul, showed his pace, got around the defender. Goal counts. A lovely little dipping tip over the top. Terry Fanning for his efforts at the back there. They need to be switched on. They need to keep this lead and not let Pruz run through. Tavian's on the ball. He'll take a shot. Oh, and just puts it past the goal. You know that they're finding a little bit of pressure there if they start to use the long ball. Charles Ericu with a left foot comes in as Langwood. Oh, my goodness. He'll take the shot. No, he doesn't. Selfishly puts it to Tavian. Tavian goes across to Tano. Tano back to Tavian. Pruz takes the shot and takes it so effectively. Time and space. He'll take the shot. No, he doesn't. Selfishly puts it to Tavian. Tavian goes across to Tano. Tano back to Tavian. Pruz takes the shot and takes it so effectively. Round 6 of the Men's Premier League in Darwin. And we'll bring it to you from Larrakia Park. Right, shot on goal. He's going to take it. He does. Puts it over the post at all the time in the world. Same, which would be 30. Ball still in play. It's overly hit. Now sits down for Anto. 10, sorry. Oi. The ball again. He goes over the top. Pruz is onside. Made his run from behind. Takes the shot across goal. There it is. Great save. Save of the day.
Definitely what a...
Wawas, the NT Indigenous side, who are playing here on July the 15th. He goes back on the 20th, so that's timely for him. This is a goal. It's an opportunity for a goal. Could have been an own goal. And Dylan had a great 80 minutes. All right, this is dangerous because Charles Ericu has got the ball. Charles turns into right foot shot. Here it comes.
Oh.
He had the right idea. Keeper was there. And Dylan had a great opportunity for Mindil. Opportunity also for Port to keep him out. Ball comes in. It's one of those dangerous floaters. Finds the foot. He's going to have a shot here. He does.
He's done
and he
it.
Scores. That 5 minutes. Opportunity for Mindil. Opportunity also for Port to keep him out. Ball comes in. It's one of those dangerous floaters. Finds the foot. He's going to have a shot here. He does.
He's done
and he
it.
Scores. That 5 minutes. That's the substitute. Kyriakos Timothou, number 17. Ball fell at his feet. He turned. Bang.
Oh, look, you know, John will say, "I told you so."
He will be.